The Athens Limestone County Library Board of Trustees may consider updating their library policies.
This comes as a continuing debate surrounding what is and isn't proper material for children to read continues in the state. News 19's Emily Mosner has more.
When the Athens Limestone County Library Board of Trustees met on Thursday for their monthly meeting, they were met by a much larger crowd than normal. So much so, extra chairs had to be brought in and more than 10 people spoke during the public comment period. Some people argued that the board needs to make changes to its current policy on books. One woman cited issues brought up by Governor Kay Ivey in her recent letter to the Alabama Public Library Service. In that letter, the governor said she believes local libraries should adopt their own policies governing the location and promotion of content they deem inappropriate for children. The governor said it shouldn't just be up to parents to supervise what their children are exposed to. The woman who read excerpts from the governor's letter said she didn't want books to be banned, but rather move to a different section where age limits are in place.
It's not censorship to have age-appropriate guidelines of access. We have age-appropriate guidelines of when you smoke. We have age-appropriate guidelines if you were to go look at inappropriate sexual material online. It is available. It is free. There's also age limits.
However, that argument brought up the topic of having to define what is and isn't appropriate for what ages and which books should be moved. Board Chairman Chris Anderson argued that just because someone might think it's inappropriate for their child or young adult doesn't mean every parent agrees.
It's hard to legislate taste. It's hard. There are certain TV shows that I wouldn't let my child watch that maybe she would.
Anderson also explained that recently 2 books by author Ellen Hopkins, which contained material about drug use and sexual activity, were moved from the young adult section to the adult section after one of them was challenged. However, he said none of those books were available in the children's section or checked out by a child.
We do not believe, to make this clear, that our children's section has graphic images of pornographic material.
The Athens Limestone Library has also recently moved the young adult section further away from the children's section. Other people who spoke at the meeting said that they were concerned that books that could be used to explain their heritage, race, religion, or sexual orientation be considered inappropriate and made unavailable for people under a certain age to check out, or just harder for them to find. I did speak with the chairman of the board after the meeting. He tells me the Board of Trustees will look into updating policies since they have not been updated recently. However, he tells me they will do it in a very careful way, consulting with a lot of local government agencies as well as the public to ensure due diligence. Reporting in Athens, Emily Mosner, News 19.
The topic of the Athens Limestone Public Library cutting ties with the American Library Association came up at the meeting. No action was taken on that.